Welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is Ricky Chisambo. In this lesson, we want to revise flowchart and pseudocode. So it is very important that we know what is involved and we define flowchart, then pseudocode. A flowchart shows the steps in a process. So we have a flowchart which shows steps that should be followed in a certain process or any process. So we have boxes and their meanings. So we have rectangles. So rectangle, this is the action box. So where we see a rectangle box, an action should be taken. And then we have diamonds. So diamond is a decision box. So decision box, not only that, you'd find that this is where also we have question. A question is asked. So not only that, so we have parallelogram. So the shape parallelogram, this is the input box. So this is where you put the information that you want to be processed. And then we have arrows. So these arrows, they are connecting to the boxes. So they connect to the boxes. And then you'd find that we have the other one which looks like the oval shaped, and then this is start or stop. So these are the boxes that are used in the arrow. So you have to master and know them and know their function so that it can be easy for you to understand the flowcharts and the pseudocode. So let us define now a pseudocode. So we are saying a pseudocode is a program design language that is made up of statements that are written in natural language. So pseudocode and flowchart, these are two different. Flowchart, you see boxes and their meaning. And then pseudocode, it is the language just. So we are saying that the language describes the steps for the algorithm of program exactly. So these are two areas that we want to look at. So a question may come to change from pseudocode to flowchart or from flowchart to pseudocode. Let us look at the example that we have. The first example that we're going to look at. Okay. So the first example is, this is question 1. The program below is given in the form of a pseudocode. So this is a pseudocode. The pseudocode has been given. So when you look at it, obviously the question will be asked, or they'll ask us to change or to draw the flowchart. So the first one is begin. So we have to begin. That is the first one. The second one is enter length. And then if length is less 0, then display error message and re-enter positive length. Else enter height. If height is less 0, then display error message and re-enter positive height. Else volume, we've been given the volume, and then end display volume, and if display volume, and then we have end, so meaning that the program has come to an end. So you have to observe things here, that it is not written in a straight line. So begin and end are the ones that are in a straight line. So we're going to use this space so that we can answer the question. So the first one is we are changing from pseudocode to flowchart. So we can write here flowchart. Okay, so the first one is you draw a shape. So this is start or begin. So in this case, in some paper they will give you start or begin, but in this case we have begin. So you write what is there. So we write begin. Okay, so an arrow. What is there? So from begin, then enter length. Enter length. What is the shape that we're going to use? What is the shape that we're going to use? Enter length. So this is the input. We're going to use a parallelogram. So we'll say, okay. So enter length. So you can write enter. So you just copy everything. So enter. So enter length. Or you can write it in full if you want. And then we have, let us move. So the other one, if length is less 0. So if length is less 0. So here we have to make a decision. So we have to make a decision. So the decision box is a diamond. So because we want to make a decision, so we're going to use a diamond. Okay. So you say, so if we'll change to easy. So if we change to is, you have to pay much attention to these simple things so that they don't cost you. So if we change to is, so write easy L less 0. So you say if yes, or it will be what? No. So would say yes, and then we can move to the next one. So if we say yes here, and then definitely here we'll say what? No. Now before we move to no, let us look at yes. So it is saying then display error message and re-enter positive length. So meaning that we have to do what? We have to re-enter. We have to re-enter. So where are we going to re-enter from? So this is the parallelogram that we're going to use to re-enter. So meaning that we write a parallelogram. Okay, so we have display error. So we'll say display error message. So error message. So display error message. So we have to re-enter. So meaning that we have to go back. So it means that we've re-entered there. And then if the answer is no, then we're going to enter or else enter H. So meaning that we're going to use a parallelogram. So a parallelogram to enter what? To enter H. So enter H. So we've entered H. So we've entered H. So if, so I said if we change to do to what? To easy. So this is the decision box. So this is the decision box. The decision box that we're going to use is, so we have a diamond. So this is the decision box or a question box. So we would say easy H, which is what? The height. Less 0. So we would say yes, because we have to make a decision. Yes, and then we would say no. So if we say yes, then display display error message and re-enter positive id. So meaning that we are going to, because that is the input, so we use the parallelogram. So display error message. So error message. So error message, then we do what? We re-enter. So after re-entering, we come back to no. So if we say no, then we're going to move else volume. We've been given this to be the volume, which is L times H. And then we write, so we're going to use a rectangle. So this is where we use a rectangle. So a rectangle would say you just copy the volume or the formula. So volume is equal to 1/3 times L times H. And then from there we move end if. So end if. So we are ending the program. So end if display volume. So display volume, that is the input. So we say display volume. So write display volume. From there, and then what else are we remaining with? Let us see on the question. So end. So end here. So we have reached end. So end, we say okay. So this is end. So it means that you've gotten everything right. So let us move to the next one. So the second one is the flow chart below shows the steps in calculating the volume of a solid given the base area A and the height H. So this is the flow chart. So we've seen the flow chart. So they've asked us to say we can write the corresponding pseudocode for the flow chart. So we can write and change. So we can say, let us find a space. Okay, we're going to use this space. So the first one is you start. So you write start. So start. So that is the first. We've interpreted the first one, which is start. So here it is start. We're going to use, let us use this space here. We'll say start. So start, that is the first one. And then let us move to the second one, which is enter A. So you enter A. So you enter a little bit. So enter A. Okay. And then so we are done with this. Let us move to the decision box. So we would say this is the decision box now. So this is the decision box. So we would say if, because we said that. So have you seen the difference? So here is will change to if. So we are saying that we're going to enter again. So if A, you copy now what is here. So if A is less or 0, and then we've said yes. So if yes, then error message A must be positive. So A must be positive. So there is an error there. So we would say we enter again, then we write in capital letters. So we write in capital letters. Okay, we say then then display error message. So display error message. So A must, so A must be positive. Okay, so we are moving, and then we move to no. So this is else. So else, enter H. So we would say else. So else should be in the same line with it. Then, so we would say else enter H. And then let us move. So we would say that is it. We are done with this. So let us move to again the decision box. We have diamond there where we have to make a decision. So again is will change to if. So we are saying that if H is less 0. So it means that this we are done. Now we have this box. So yes, error message H must be positive. So we would say else. So with else enter H, and then if H is less or, and then display error message, this message here. So we would say then display error message. So error message. So in inverted commas. So error message H must be positive. Error must be positive. So error must be positive. Error must be positive. Okay. So we can move. The other one is, so we are done. So here the no is else. So else should be in the same line with if. So we'll say else. So else, the formula, so you copy the formula here. So this is the formula, which is V. So volume is equal to A times H. And then we move. We say, okay, this is the parallelogram. So this is the input. So we are saying that end if. So end if. So we would say, because we're coming to an end, so we would say end if. And then we would say display. So that is display. So display V. Display. So you copy just everything here. And then the last part, which is stop. So you just have to write. So stop should be in the same line with start. So we would say stop. So this is how to change from flowchart to pseudocode. And then let us change the other one. So we see the other one. Okay, so we see the other one. So we are changing. So 3, the program below is given as a pseudocode. So we have start, and then from there we have this. So meaning that here, draw the corresponding flowchart for information given above. So the first one is you start. So start, and then direction. So we have enter. So enter. What are we going to use here? So this is the shape that we're going to use. So we would say, because we want to enter the information, so this is enter. You copy everything here. So enter X, Y. Okay, we move. So here we have let M the squared root. So we have this information that we've been given here. So you're going to interpret this information that we've been given. So we are saying that because we are putting in the formula, and then we're going to use a rectangle here. So this is a rectangle. So meaning that we have M. So M is equal to, so open bracket, X squared. So because we have X squared here and then Y squared there, so we'd say plus Y squared, so in brackets. And then let us move if. So if we said if, we'll do what? We'll change to is. And then this is the decision box, so we are going to use a diamond there. So a diamond is used. So would say M must be positive. So display error message M must be positive. So we are saying that is. So is okay. So we are saying that this, if we change it to is, so is M less 0, and then would say, so error message, so a parallelogram there. So would say error, so error message. So we are saying M must be positive. M must be positive. And then from there we have okay, so we would say here they haven't said re-enter, so we will not re-enter this error message which was displayed here. So we would say we're going to move, so else and if. So else and if. So and then we're going to display M. So the symbol for, or the box for displaying, is this, which is display M. And then from there we have to do what? To move, and then we have error there, and then we have display. So meaning that this error will be entered here, and then we would say the last one, which is stop. So this is the last part, which is what? Stop. So stop is used by that over, so we would say stop. So this is how to change pseudocode into flowchart, or from flowchart to pseudocode. So I have this question for you, so you can answer it, then you can post in my inbox, or you can answer it on your own, and then obviously next time we'll come and look at it. Thank you for watching.